Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Fielded about a yard deep.
Anytime you feel the kickoff.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. It's Holmes, and he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, team 6.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And take it right on the 30. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Looking again in the direction of Woods, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
30. Hey, wahoo!
To throw again, Rodgers. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Wilson. And this is incomplete. He was looking for the tight end Lance Kendricks there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Gets fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And he'll get this one complete to Winslow. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he will find Winslow. That's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. On 1st down, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
14. Here we go. Slam. Back.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. It's a jet sweep. They get it to Green, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Play action. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Green 18. Watch QB drop. QB drop. 44. Inside. 44 is the mic. I got it.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He shakes him off. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. On first down, this is McCaffrey. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Christian McCaffrey with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
They go play action with Wilson. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a run with McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. Only 3 yards on the... catch. It's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Let's go.